We're days away from the federal election. While all of Canada's major political parties are working hard to get out the vote, many local candidates are making a few final stops. One of them, right here at Eden High School.
Today's debate is set up with all the candidates registered for St. Catharines. Unfortunately, we're missing two. The NDP candidate, Susan Erskine Fournier, is ill. Her campaign contacted me, so we won't see her. And then our communist candidate was a no-show, but we proceeded with the three that were here. The format was that they had 3-minute opening statements, and then we started with questions from students on the floor. Ideally, we intended to have a 3-minute closing statement, but we did run out of time today, so I instructed our moderator to shorten that to 1 minute, and we barely squeaked that in time for the bell. So,
Now, not all of the students here are old enough to vote. In fact, many are not. So why hold this debate?
the point, of course, is that they're future voters, and the main reason why I do this is because there was a joint study with Elections Canada and Elections Ontario that showed with empirical data that when people are engaged in the voting process from a young age, they will be more inclined to vote regularly when they're adults and can legally vote. And so that's our motivation, is to motivate the kids now so that they will vote as adults. And in the end, that helps our country when we can raise our voting percentage. So.
Why do you think it is important for students to sit here and be able to hear what the candidates had to say?
It is a fantastic opportunity for students to get the ability to listen to political leaders themselves. Although family aspects, you hear about the government in your family and you get a little bit of opinion, but to just witness it for yourselves, especially since we're all coming up to that age of voting time, and it's really good to just formulate those opinions and to be aware, especially since we have the opportunity to in Canada.
What kind of impact do you think hearing this debate will have on yourself and other students here?
Well, it was certainly interesting to see all the candidates in action. I think some of their true personalities kind of came out, and that was pretty exciting. So, yeah, we got to hear a little bit about more of their campaign on a more personal level, which is a lot better than just listening to it on TV.
What are your thoughts on today's debate?
It was kind of fun. It was pretty exciting. Like they were kind of at each other's necks a little bit, so it was good. And they were it was some interesting opinions shared between the three candidates. It was a shame all of them couldn't show up, but it was good.
Has your interest in politics changed at all?
Yeah, I think I'd be interested actually to watch some of these debates or something on YouTube just to see what happens, just because it's so unpredictable now. But yeah.
What do you think is the importance of being able to come and hear these candidates speak?
It's really interesting. You don't usually get to be that close to politics, especially as a young person. It's all about the adults. So being able to interact that closely and you feel like you make a difference. When you're just seeing it on TV and it's all at the federal level, it's how does that really affect me? But seeing it close to home and thinking, hearing the issues that they feel are relevant to us is really interesting.
And how do you think that this debate will benefit students?
Well, I think it'll benefit students because most of them live in the St. Catharines Riding, and it's true they may not once they're voting age, but at least they get a good perspective of party positions, and so that when they do vote, whether they're here or in a different riding, they'll know generally what all the parties stand for and can make a more educated mark on the ballot when they get there. So.
Although many of Eden's students aren't old enough to cast a ballot, the school will be holding a vote of its own on Monday, October 19th to see which party comes out on top. In St. Catharines, reporting for The Source, I'm Brendan Sylvia.